Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan on Sports. Are you ready for the automated ball strike system in Major League Baseball? They used it in spring training last year. It's been used in the minor leagues for several years now at the AAA level. And I mean, from what I've heard and talking to players who have been at the AAA level, they adjusted without any problem. But now it's going to be for keeps at the major league level, beginning with opening day, March 26th, when the Yankees open up against the San Francisco Giants in San Francisco. So, what can fans expect? I mean, to me, that's the big question. What can fans expect? Well, there's going to be a change. When you watch a game on television, you know how they have that strike zone, the box, the strike zone? Well, gone will be whether the pitch is a strike or not. Remember, they would show you the pitch is a strike? You're not going to see that anymore. You'll see the strike zone box, but you will not see whether that pitch is a ball or a strike. You as a fan, you as a consumer of the game on television will have to determine whether the pitch was a ball or a strike. That's the first thing. Second thing, baseball has that app, Game Day, and that app is really on top of things. I mean, it's almost there's low latency. In other words, if the pitch is in there for a strike, that Game Day app shows it almost right after it that the pitch was a strike. There's going to be a delay now on Game Day. Why, you might ask? Well, so that you don't have situations where a team in the dugout can yell to a batter, challenge, it shows it was a strike, or challenge, it shows it was a ball. That's why Game Day is now going to be manipulated. There's going to be some latency. There's going to be a delay between Game Day and the actual play on the field. A 5-second delay on MLB Game Day is what we're hearing. And also, they have a feed in the ballpark that is low latency, almost recording automatically after the play takes place, after the call takes place. They're no longer going to show dots on the screen for a ball or a strike. And again, it's obvious you don't want to give one team an advantage over another team. And you're going to notice these changes. It may seem subtle, it might seem overt, but that's what's going to happen. Now, only a pitcher, catcher, or batter can challenge a strike call. Only those three participants or protagonists. And when a challenge is made, and it's indicated by tapping your head or hat, when a challenge is made, then you got about 15 seconds, and the result of that challenge will be shown on the scoreboard. The umpire will say, play is under review. Boom. After 15 seconds, it shouldn't take any longer than that, you'll see the result on the scoreboard. So, teams are allowed 2 challenges per game. If the umpire's call is overturned, then a team maintains its challenge. If the umpire was correct on his call, then the team loses that challenge. I know it might sound confusing at first, but it really isn't all that confusing once you see it in play, and they did use it in spring training last year. And as I said, it's worked rather smoothly at the AAA level. Now, extra innings, you might ask. What happens if the game goes extra innings? Well, there you see a team with no challenge. You're going into extras. A team has used up its 2 challenges. A team with no challenge will be awarded 1 additional challenge at the start of each new inning. Now, that doesn't mean it accumulates so that if you go, let's say, 5 extra innings, you go into that last extra innings, you got 5 challenges. No. You just get 1 challenge, and it doesn't carry over. And that's basically the ABS rule. So if you're watching a game now on television and you see the strike box, but you're wondering how come it doesn't show whether the pitch is a strike anymore, well, that's the reason. They don't want to give anybody an advantage. And you can understand it. I get it. And they want to get the call right, but they don't want to give one team an advantage over another. So that said, there you go. And it's going to be interesting as the automated ball strike system goes into effect for real in 2026. And if it works, maybe it'll calm down some of the people who say, that pitch was a strike. The umpire blew it. Now, you're not going to be able to do it on every pitch or the games would go on for hours. But at least there is a system in place. I'm sure they will tweak it, but it will be fun to see how it unfolds. That's going to do it for Dan on Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You can do that by going to danonsports.com. Call them as you see them. See you later.